angry. I've been smoking. My tent's bright. He smells me, sees me, hears me. Angry. Beautiful. I don't know what it is. Some kind of heron. It's got a red mohawk and a black stripe across its eyes. Looks like a freaking Native American in war paint. That's amazing. It's through the trees, so it's not going to show up on the camera. Wow. Wow. It's got a black stripe across his eyes, and the whole top of his head is mohawked red. You know, when I got to this site, I walked past it because, of course, it's not the one that I wanted. But I got to tell you, God provides, you know, it's amazing. Couldn't go where I wanted to, but I get here and, you know, the inadequacies of my setup are due to my own competence or incompetence. But the site itself is actually quite almost perfect. And here's the odd part. I was pretty wet from walking in the drizzle, and it rained last night and this morning. But when I get here, there's a bench, this one right here, that was pushed all the way up against the trunk of a tree. And there was a perfect half moon section that was totally dry. I couldn't believe it. The rest of the table was wet, but the bench that was closest to the trunk and the half moon of the whole top was totally dry because the tree cover had protected it throughout the night and the morning. Anyway, so I had a nice dry spot to strip off my sweaty clothes, hang them up for a second, fan up, dry them out. You know what I mean? In a totally wet environment. And even it started raining, and you guys saw that if you watched the previous clip of me getting here. Starting to set up that stupid tarp. Oh my gosh. Anyway, yeah, you got to move fast when the rain's coming in, but you just do it, and the tarp will do its job. Just get to work, you know, putting it up. That's a lot of blue sky, huh? I love my girl a lot. She thinks I gotta get away from her or something. That's why I do this, but that's not the case at all. I love her very much, and I love it that she loves to get out with me and go camping and hiking. But sometimes I just want to go deep, and I want to go by myself. I want to be scared a little bit. Isn't that strange? And at the same time, I want to know, there's nothing to be scared of. Oak leaves drifting down to the ground. Happy fall. You know, October, Halloween, fall. The sun. I told you. Praise God. Thank you. Wow. I've said. The ancient people believed that this time of year, the veil between the living and the dead was thinnest. I think they saw the trees going from life to death, and the animals slowing down, getting ready. And they themselves, seeing the decay, but yet everything was still alive. But there was decay. Where these two worlds, the light and the dark, life and death, are combining in a harmony. You almost see like their polarities, opposites, yin and yang, pulling away from each other. But in this vortex, they're slammed and pulled into each other. This life and death force, you would think that they would be opposites, and should they collide, it would be an explosion. But that's not what happens. Instead, they merge into a harmony. And we see it in fall. There are sacred times of year. We see it at full moons, where darkness and light merge together in a harmony. We see it not just in times and seasons, but we see it also in places. For instance, beaches. Beaches are at these two elemental extremes of water and land. So the beach is holy. A lot of times people would go to the beach and watch the sunset and die. That's what they would do. They would go to this land in between. I remember a piece of an old myth where this old pagan woman, she said, bury me between high and low tides. And she was like a good woman, and everybody had converted to Christianity, and she couldn't be buried in the church. And she was like, people were like, well, where do you want us to bury you? And she said, bury me between high and low tide markers. That's the beach. That's the land in between the world of the earth and the world of the sea. And as far as people going there at sunset to die themselves or to see a sunset, why are sunsets sacred? Why do you feel holy at sunset or sunrise? It's because light and darkness are combined in a harmony at that time. You are witnessing the birth of the day and the end of the night. Opposites combined together in a harmony. So here we are in mid-October, at that time of year when the veil between life and death, light and dark, we are transitioning from the summer season to the winter season. combine together in this harmony. There's a lot to be said about that, and a lot to be thought of where is man in this harmony. How much light and darkness is in you? How much life and death is in you?